What is up, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about stimulus check round number 3. It passed the House, the Senate, and now Biden has signed it into law. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about those things and more. Everything you need to know. Stay tuned. I'm Sean from Gym Class Finance. Thanks again for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, we talk about personal finance, more specifically budgeting, investing, and side hustles, and really anything money. So if that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. That really helps us out, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you get those reminders every time we post new content. As well as liking the videos, so important. It does help me out. So if you could do me a favor and hit that or smash that like button, means the world to me, and it would really help me and this channel out. Whether you purposely decided to watch this video or whether you just stumbled upon it, the goal of this is to talk about everything related to this third stimulus package, as I've already said, passed by the House, Senate, and now signed by Biden. So we want to answer all those questions: who's getting money, who's not getting money, and anything in between. So let's get right into it. So we're talking about the American Rescue Plan, and this is going to be the biggest package yet, where it's sending $1,400 to many Americans. It's pretty crazy. I'm not going to get into all of the other things that are going on with this package, whether you agree with it or not. There's a lot of things that are going towards COVID relief. There's some things that maybe aren't quite have anything to do with COVID. And so that's kind of been the whole issue with it, but we're going to not go there. We're strictly just going to be talking about the stimulus checks that are going to be coming. All right, so who's going to get this payment? And really it comes down to anyone who has a social security number and who meets the income requirements, which we're about to get into. If you're reading any articles related to this, you're probably going to see something say AGI, which stands for Adjusted Gross Income. And so the adjusted gross income for a single individual filer is going to be $75,000 or less. So if you make $75,000 or less, then you are going to receive $1,400. As a married couple, you will receive $2,800, $1,400 for each person, as long as you make $150,000 or less. When it comes to filing taxes, there's something called the head of household, and essentially a head of household is potentially a single parent, and so those single parents who are responsible for kids can qualify for a little bit higher number. Their minimum is $112,500. So if you make that or less as a single parent with kids, then you will also qualify. Before I get into talking about the income limits, let's talk about the dependents. So each of those three that I already named, if they have dependents, then those dependents or children are going to also get a $1,400 stimulus check. So that's kind of unlike other ones in the past where the amount was much less, and there are also a lot of limitations on dependents, but right now there's no limitation. If there's a dependent, no matter what their age is, and obviously you have to be, in order to be a dependent, you have to be a certain age or less, those individuals will be receiving a $1,400 check as well. For example, a family of 4 who makes less than $150,000, and that's my family, we are going to qualify for $5,600. Now, I had a child born in 2020, so I'm assuming that I'm actually not going to get that $1,400 now. I haven't filed my taxes yet for 2020, so I'm assuming, like the other payments that for the other 2 stimulus, I'm assuming that's going to be added into whenever I file my taxes. All right, now let's get into the income limits. And this is something that is also very different from the other 2 packages because they very much so limited the income limits. So for a single filer, the highest it will go that they'll give some of that $1,400 is $80,000. So if you make more than $80,000, you are not going to get a stimulus check as a single filer. It's $120,000 for head of household filers. So if you make above that, you will not get a stimulus check. And if you filed jointly as a married couple and you made more than $160,000, you will not receive the stimulus check. Now I found this chart, so I'm going to include it so that you guys can kind of see. But if you fall between, let's say you're a married couple and you made between $150,000 to $160,000, it does, you don't get the full amount, but there is a payment, and there's a chart that you're seeing right now shows you what you get from that package. Another thing to note is that they are going to continue to look at your 2019 tax returns to determine if you're eligible or not. If you filed your 2020 taxes already, then they're going to be taking a look at those taxes. So hopefully you're not in the boat where you made a ton more money in 2020 than you did in 2019 and you kind of put yourself in a bad situation. That will be interesting to see or hear if those stories exist. But yeah, so they're going to be still looking at the 2019 unless you already filed. So when are these payments going to come? The White House has actually said today that those payments are going to start to go out actually this weekend and continue for the next couple weeks, followed by actually physical checks or debit cards then coming in after that. But the direct deposits are going to start this weekend, which is just crazy, the speed of that compared to previous times. So I know that was a lot of information. I really tried my best to hopefully clarify as much as I possibly can. If you still have some questions, please leave a comment below. Tag some other people in this video if they're confused on whether they're going to be receiving a payment in this third stimulus check. I would really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. That does help me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. So if you have any other questions, put them in the comments. Until next time, remember, it's that simple.